All right, fine. I'll be a gracious host. How you doing, man?
Little Mermaid is the scariest Disney movie by far, though.
Why the hell is Ace Blade in your Kickstarter?
Controversial today. We're gonna get controversial today with our special guest.
My proudest moment is this interview. Being able to talk to you two guys.
I love that.
Thank you. All right, welcome everyone to the Four Tales podcast. I am your host, Kyrun Silva from Tours Comics. Across the way is the great generator of Ace Blade, Jenny J. Quick, and together we are the only place to find two award-winning blurred comic creators talking to other comic creators. Now, we are live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and a host of other programs. So if you are watching live, thank you for your support. Don't forget to like, share, follow, do all those things that help generate all those algorithmic things. Also, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you're on Twitch, hit the host option. Just make sure you do everything you can to get your notifications about when we will be on again. Thank you also for anybody that has reviewed us on Apple iTunes. I think we still have a 5-star rating there, so let's keep those going because those ratings help us reach new and bigger audiences. But let's go on, man. How you doing?
Love it, man. I'm doing good, man. I had an extra day off this week for Veterans Day, and
That's right.
Thank
you for your service.
Thank you, sir. It's good to have a little time to relax, and we at it. What's up? What's been up with you?
Man, not stuff I really want to share here. It's been a struggle, family stuff. But I'm trying. I'm here. I've been pushing pages out for Joseph Duas in his book, and I'm about halfway through the commissions he's got for me. So I'm just trying to stay focused and keep pushing out work. But doing everything else I can to stay sane. Things have been crazy, man.
Yeah. I feel you, man. And I just keep pushing, man. Just keep pushing. We gonna get through it, and But today we got some fun this morning, though. I know maybe next season we'll change the time because I realize I'm waking people up too early in the morning. Because a lot of our guests.
Wait. I've been saying this is our 19th episode. I've been saying this for almost every week that it's too damn early. I'm up at 6 a.m. for you, right?
This is Saturday morning cartoon time for me, though. Like this right here, 10 a.m. Eastern time. This is peak. Get up and watch Saturday morning cartoons time. Now on the West Coast where you are, I do understand it's a little early though.
The sun has not even rose. It's still dark outside, but I'm here for you because I'm that kind of a guy. But yeah, if you can reschedule somehow, that'd be perfect. I would appreciate you more. I'm pretty sure we get some more people to actually show up too. West Coast creators.
Next season we'll talk about it. If I make it to next season, I don't know if I've been fired yet for next season. My contract didn't come through, so I don't know if I've.
Well, okay. Morgan and I have been discussing things, and
hey, I understand.
Hey, I wanted the better looking co-host, and he was like, "What's up?"
I understand. Hey, I can't be mad. But anyway,
yeah. What you gonna say?
We got a hot guest this week, man. It seems like, man, we somehow, some way, man, you got these connections. People think that it's me, but it's not. Like I don't have connections in comic. I know people in North Carolina. Kyrun got the connections, got the indie comic connections, the mainstream, the legend connections. And today we got a special guest.
Mm-hmm. And who is that special guest?
It is the creator and writer of Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, the one and only David Crownson.
Oh snap! What up, y'all? What up, guys? How's it going?
I want to talk about how this all came to fruition because this was a little bit interesting because David was not the original guest for today. We actually had another guest lined up, and he reached out to me and said he couldn't do it. And I was heartbroken because I really want to know about this comic that he was doing. Hopefully, we can have him on season 2. But he messaged me through Instagram, and right after I read that message, I saw a story from Greg Alisi about Harriet Tubman's signing, I guess, the announcement, and I was like, man, I would love to talk to David Crownson about his book. So that's when I reached out to him. I was like, hey, we have this opening. Can he pop in? It wasn't really anything outside of just the universe said this is the time to have David on here. Right? And I'm excited, dude.
Well, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. And what's it called? You just were really nice, and I was like, sure. And then you were like 7 a.m. I was like, ooh. Well, I was like, can you make it later? But no, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
Wait, are you on the West Coast then?
No. I'm just not a morning person.
Okay.
What's it called? I haven't been a morning person since like 1998, when like Batman Superman Adventures on on Channel 11. That was my morning. Would watch X-Men, Spider-Man.
Exactly.
I'm a 90s kid, and Batman and Superman, and that weird Ninja Turtles reboot show, the Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation or whatever. This is how nerdy I am, everybody.
Love it.
Yeah, I haven't been a morning person since 1998.
Well, sidebar, since you brought this up, did you guys see the announcement they're going to
They're bringing back X-Men.
the X-Men 97 cartoon series? Yes, sir. It's not really
Yeah,
a reboot, it's
yeah.
continuation, right?
Yeah,
I think
continuation.
so. Yeah.
And they're going to bring
Which
back
is
some of
like,
the original.
bring back the
voice
original
actors.
the voice people, and I like, which is like weird because I'm like, wait, didn't like Magneto like take over the X-Men and Charles died? I think. It's been a while. I'm gonna have to like watch it because they're all on Disney Plus now.
Yeah. I restarted
Yeah.
it this last night too. I was like, man, it's been a while since I watched them, but you know, those first couple episodes are pretty good. They were a little dated, but those first couple are pretty good. So me and my middle daughter are watching it. So that's cool. So
Awesome
tell us, man,
sauce. Awesome.
tell us about your comic book, Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, and the good news that you recently got.
Yeah, Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. It's my comic book series. I made it just to scare racist white people. Originally, scare racist white people and make Black people feel good about ourselves because
That's the title of this episode: "Scaring Racist White People."
yeah, scaring racist white people, a memoir by David Crownson. No, but like this was like around a time when like we had a new president and like lots of racist Islamophobic stuff was happening and lots of outright racism was happening, and people were feeling really confident about being racist. So I'm like, no, it shouldn't be like that. Like I've been sitting on this idea for a comic book about Harriet Tubman, and what if she knew martial arts, had superhuman strength, and like demons and witches and werewolves all exist, and Harriet Tubman is the chosen one to lead slaves to freedom and like battle like an army of darkness. It seemed like a really fun, like silly idea. And I was like, this is funny. Harriet Tubman's beating up a racist werewolf. This is great. But then like when things in the country changed politically, like there was lots of like as we all know, lots of dread and lots of fear, and the comic was my catharsis, and yeah, so did a Kickstarter for it and raised money for it, and got it in self-published within 6-7 months, and just been doing that since 2016. And what else? And then it led to having the interests of Prentice Penny, who I got introduced through Sebastian Jones. Sebastian Jones, who's the creator of the and published Stranger Comics, and creator of Niobe, and all of those books. And basically they were working together on Sebastian's book, and they loved working together. and Prentice was like, "Hey, I want to like start like a comic book genre department to adapt comic books into film and TV, and I want you to shepherd this." And Sebastian was like, "Yeah, sure, of course." Um, and I think this was around the time because it's all timing. It's all timing. It worked out perfectly. um, I think last year I something just I don't know why something in me was like I gotta direct a commercial for Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, and
Mhm.
you can find it on YouTube. Yeah. Uh, so like really really irrational choice. I don't know. Sometimes like my I don't like this about myself. My best ideas are they're always the most like irrational, least thought out, disorganized thing. It just comes as inspiration. Um, and yeah, it was like a month. I was like, we have to do a trailer for it, and this was a dangerous time because it's still like COVID with no vaccine, so everyone was wearing a mask except like I think the actors on set, and it was really scary. And I wanted everyone to be safe, and I was just like stressed out. But it came out great, and like my friends came to help me out. Um, yeah, and just the end product came out great, and I think Sebastian saw it and just was like, "That's a TV show." He's like, "I've always known this is a TV show," but he just messaged me. He's like, "Hey, man," and we just got like the talking, and then months later, I think I kind of forgot about it, and then he was like, "Hey, Prentice wants to have a meeting with you, basically," and I'm like, "All right," and like I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But yeah, like we met and Apprentice was great. He was a fan of the comic book. He had actually been a fan of the comic. Um, and I couldn't I think like he had been a fan of the comic book, but I think he thought that it was optioned or done somewhere else. And I'm like, no, it's free. It's free. Freaking, it just came out like that, like it's been open. It's been open. And he was like, oh, okay. And we just started talking about ideas and uh, like what it could be possibility. I think I was like, it's animated. And then he's like, I think we should do live action. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to argue with that. And like, but yeah, we just kind of talked for a few months and shared ideas. And then it just kind of, his ideas were identical to mine, and he really wanted to elevate where the comic is. And he's like, I would like to develop this into a TV show. What do you think? And like said it just like that. He was just like, he like, because like, what if I'm crazy? Like I could be like, yo, I'm not doing it. Like, sorry, Prentice. I enjoy driving a 2010 Mazda with a broken air conditioner. Sorry, Princess Penny. What's it called? As I sit in this Mazda that has a broken air conditioner. but no, he just was like, because I could say no, because I've dealt with people who have wanted to make my comic into a television series, but before him, and people who came with money and came with connections in Hollywood and influence, but either they wanted to do something that was like anti Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the watered down version, and let's cast a light skinned woman. And this is no disrespect to light skinned Black people. There's plenty of light skinned Black people in my family, but they were like, let's cast a light skinned woman as Harriet Tubman, and I was like, no. Harriet Tubman was a dark skinned Black woman. Like what? No.
Man, it's amazing hearing just because I have a thing about timing also. Like it always has to be the right time, and things just happen like that, man. And you kind of know when it's the right time to take a step like that. And sometimes you get offers like you said that just aren't quite right. There's something that's off about it, and you have to know. You have to have the conviction to say no in those times so that you can say yes when it's the right time. So, man, I applaud you for that, for real.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Dan. It was a rough walk, brother. It was a rough walk because they were like saying something crazy, and then they had a bunch of like money on the table, and I went to go reach for the money, and then they were like, "But wait," and I was like, "What?"
Right.
He's like, "Wait a minute. What if Harriet Tubman was played by Beyonce, David?" Like we could easily get Beyonce to be in this.
We have
And I was
a
just like,
music
How
video.
about Scarlett Johansson? She played good Harriet
it's,
Tubman.
it's like Scarlett
Okay,
Johansson,
wait,
David.
Harriet Tubman is not Asian, Danny. What are you talking about?
It's like, David, we want to get Emma Stone to be to be Harriet Tubman. What do you say? And, and this is like, I'm just gonna be transparent and honest. Like, this was not like I do well with my comic. I'm very grateful. People like it and they buy it. And they like the story. But like, I'm not like some like millionaire. Like I'm like Robert Kurtman, who like I admire his career, but I was like, man, he was talking about saying no to different TV and movie deals for Walking Dead. And I was like, that's because it was the late '90s, brother, and you had already sold. Like you had that image money already. All right, people
Already,
forget
you were set.
how much of a people forget how much of a big deal Image Comics is, or like especially around that time, like pushing 200,000 units of your trade. Like that's a big ass deal. Um, so he had that Image comics distribution retail money to sit on. I am a very indie, extremely independent when it comes to this book series. Um, so yeah, like I don't know, like if they had made it crappy or made it shitty, like my name would be on it forever. It's like, oh, awesome! I can buy a Honda Accord, with an air conditioner that works or something like that. But like, there's this terrible thing now. But it was also the fact that I kind of went back to this thing where when during the time Donald Trump became president, and all my friends were all sad and depressed. This my friend Alex, this amazing dope black woman, called me. She was crying all night, and we just were talking about how this world is different now, and it feels weird. And she asked me, "Hey, what are you working on?" And I just said, I've been working on this idea for Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer." And she was like, "What? Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer?" He's like, and I told her like about how the comic goes, and she's like, "I need to see that book." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "I need to see that book. Like, as a black woman, I need to see a black woman kicking ass right now. I need to see, especially like I need that representation because it feels like the world is ending with this new administration. So like, you got to make that book happen. So this isn't just about what you like your fun idea you had for yourself. This is about like a bunch of like little black girls are going to see this. Like your thing is black women, black girls matter in action. To and she just kind of was like just speaking this word of like, and also she's like, your comic, it would be Harriet. It's a black woman as the lead. Someone in the comments, Dale Guzman Jr. Well, Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. Whose book? It's my book. It's my book.
The person
That's right.
Go
right.
to the link in my bio and buy that shit.
KingwoodComics.com right now, and you can get it. As a matter of fact.
Funny
Yes.
that you mentioned that representation because for my book, Ruby from Planet Oz, which stars a black woman as basically Dorothy going to a sci-fi version of Oz, I got the same feedback that we need something like that, something that has black women represented. It's more than just what we normally see. So I totally get what you're talking about when you said that your friend was like, "Hey, I really want that book."
Yeah, and it just took on a different thing because before, like I think as creative people, I think creative people have to work, at least to produce really good work. It's kind of a I this has a bad connotation. It's not what I mean, but it's we have to be kind of selfish about our stuff, and kind of like, and by selfish I mean like playing with your toys by yourself, like when you were a kid. But then someone goes like you're just playing with your toys, when you're like 7 or 8 years old. But then someone goes, oh, like the way you play toys is gonna help with black girls. And you're like, wait, what? you know? So but that's why I was like, okay, like this isn't about me anymore. This is about a whole other thing. And doing it, now like we're 4 or 5 years into doing this, seeing like little girls are cosplaying as my character, or they're dressing up on Halloween as Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. So it feels cool. And at first, like, I was just doing it for fun because I love making things and I love writing and I love being creative. But someone just said to me like, hey, like it's Harriet. It's not like because I would always say like, oh, like there's Storm and there's Michonne and Walking Dead. And he's like, yeah, but that's the thing. It's not a Storm comic or a Storm movie. It's X-Men, or it's called The Walking Dead. He's like, your book is definitively called Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer in the name. And the book is about her, and she carries the comic, and it's more of it's more of an ensemble thing, but she carries it.
Hang out with mommy.
Yeah, I feel you, man. It's great, man. It's just great hearing the whole process. And I got some questions for you, man. Kyrun, are you all right doing quick takes right now?
Sure, we can do quick takes.
So, if you've seen the show, every week we have a guest on, and I stalk them for the whole week. I just Facebook stalk them. I go through their social medias, their website, all of this stuff, and I just try to find something interesting about that person. So, thankfully, you share online. You share online, so I was able to find some pretty cool stuff. So, what we're gonna do is I got 5 questions for you, and you're gonna get 45 seconds to answer each one. So you got to come off the top of your head, and you got to be as honest as
All
possible.
right.
All right.
All right.
So here we go. Question number 1. In the year 2012, you were very excited about a movie. It was called The Dark Knight Rises. You were so excited that you made a Facebook album about it. I hate The Dark Knight Rises, and
wait,
it's
what?
one of my least favorite Batman movies. Okay, so I want to know: do you still love that film? Did it live up to the hype, or are you just as disappointed as I am?
Oh, it didn't live up to the hype for me. I was just going off of Dark Knight, and we hadn't seen the movie in 4 years, and this was a conclusion. It is definitely not the worst Batman movie when Batman and Robin exist, and Batman and Robin exist. It's not the worst Batman movie ever made. It's not as stronger as far as the trilogy goes, and I think that's just because I don't know. There's so many plot holes. Like, I could talk for 45 minutes on the plot holes of that movie.
Yeah. I think I was mostly disappointed because I was hyped like you were. I was so hyped for Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight came out, and it was so good. I mean, Heath Ledger and the Joker, like, it was just so good. And then here we are 3-4 years later, and we were finally gonna get the conclusion. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. And it made me upset. I was so angry.
Wait, Dell has a message about PayPal. I'm assuming he's talking about on your website, David.
What is it? Dang, there's not an option to pay with PayPal. I think I'm gonna wait till the 15th to get the whole set. Payday, baby. Maybe get some merch. Need that 5X.
Nice. That's what
There
I'm
you
talking
What's
go.
it
about.
called?
That's good,
Or
man.
I think you can also do Google Pay,
Yeah, Google
um,
Pay is on there.
or you can use a PayPal credit card. I've been trying to get the people who made the website to, you know, do it on PayPal, but
PayPal's a good
anywho,
option. It's a good option. All right.
it is. I use it.
Question number 2. When I say these 2 words, I want you to tell me what comes to mind. Black Irish.
Oh, yeah, Black Iris is a TV show that I am the writer and creator of. It was about an Irish woman who was getting deported, and she approaches her ex-boyfriend, who was a black man, to marry her so she can stay in the country. And at first he says no. He's like, fuck you, I don't like you, I'm mad about this breakup. And then she's like, I'll pay you $40,000. He's like, I'll marry you tonight. So they get married, but like they're forced to move in together because they have to honor the validity of the fake marriage. So they're forced to move in together even though they hate each other. Hilarity ensues. And I'm the writer director of it and creator.
I love the whole concept, man. I was looking through. I was like, this is the first time I've seen this, but it seems kind of interesting. That's something I would definitely watch. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay. So, question number 3. I think you are a cereal lover like I am. So Saturday morning, you're 12 years old. You got to get up, and a wizard stops you in the middle of the hall and says you have to sacrifice one cereal so that your favorite cereal can exist. Which cereal are you sacrificing, and which cereal are you keeping?
I will sacrifice Apple Jacks because it's disgusting.
What?
And I've never liked Apple Jacks. I never liked it. And we're gonna keep Cinnamon Toast Crunch because Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like even after you eat all the cereal, there's the cinnamon sugar in every bite. The cinnamon sugar is left over in the milk, and you just drink that bitch. You just drink it. So yeah, we're getting rid of Apple Jacks. We're gonna Thanos snap that out of existence because it's an abomination, and we're
Bruh,
gonna keep Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Apple Jacks is a good cereal, man. Stop it. I love Apple Jacks.
Have you tried the cinnamon toast sprinkle that you can put in your milk?
Yeah,
No,
I mean, it's really just cinnamon and sugar, but
made
yeah,
it.
you can buy it at the store. Just sprinkle it all over your food, whatever, or ice
Yeah,
cream, whatever you want.
it's good too.
I, well, I
But
know what I'm doing today.
Fruit Loops is the one that instead of Apple Jacks, I would get rid
Why
of Fruit Loops.
are we getting rid of like all these name brand cereals when there's a bunch of like keto cereal and what's that Kakashi cereal, whatever it is? I mean, you can get rid of all that.
That grain, the straight up
Yeah,
grain. What is the one with the that will destroy the roof of your mouth? Uh, okay, cool. I'm down with that.
Granola.
Yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is also my favorite cereal, so I'm down with you on that. Okay, question number 4. I want you to tell us the origin of the Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer name. How did you come up with those specific 4 words to be the title of your comic?
Was watching a Harriet Tubman documentary, and then was channel surfing, and ended up watching as I channel surfed Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and then stumbled on Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Didn't like it. Terrible movie. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Crouching Tiger is a masterpiece. And was just writing in my journal. I was journaling that day, and wrote down my just experience, for the day journaling. And the 3 things that stood out were Harriet Tubman, katana fight scene from Crouching Tiger, and Witch Hunters. And then I was just like, Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. It's like those 3 things like jumped in my head.
I love it. I love that. See, I never knew that. Didn't know you were a journaler. That's pretty cool, man. It's good to get your ideas out on paper, and you see
Yeah.
especially when it comes up, helps you come up with something as great as this.
Yeah, man. Like I still well, I don't journal as much, but when I'm writing the script for Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, I always write it in like a notepad journal thing, just to at least get it out and organize. Like just something. It kind of acts like a weird rough draft when I write it on like a notepad, and then I type everything out because it kind of cleans it up when I type it all out. But yeah.
I love it. All right. So question number 5, and this is the last one. We know we've talked to you, and we know that you're a writer, director. We know that you love film. Like you said, you have a TV show being developed for Harriet Tubman. Why comics? Why is comics the one that either stuck or is the one that you're continuing to pursue? Why comics?
Well, I grew up reading comics. Like the first comic I ever read was The Death of Superman, and I was like 6 years old. I don't know why my dad bought me that book because it's like a bloody ass book where Superman's being beaten to death.
Legit.
But I just grew up with a love of that, and I struggled to learn how to read. And I learned how to read through reading comic books and reading mostly DC books. And yeah, just from the time of me being 6 years old to like now me in my 30s, all like there's like stacks of comics. So that's where it led to.
I love it, man. That's great. Comics. My son had a similar experience. He struggled reading in his second and third grade, and I just handed him some comics. I was like, listen, I know you'll enjoy these. And now he's like a collector of the Dogman comics. He's got like Power Rangers comics all over the place. He loves it. So absolutely can relate to that.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Like it's important. I found his page, man. David is built like a lion. Yeah, that's right. I'm built like a linebacker. I'm tall,
What?
damn it.
What?
What's it called? Yeah, if I don't add you on Facebook, like follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Kingwood Comics, because I'm not really on Facebook as much anymore.
Found that out.
Like I'll just follow Facebook acts up sometimes, so I'm like, and Facebook is going to be a metaverse or something like that. Facebook is going to be all NFTs. Like we're all going to be NFTs or something.
That was Danny's Quick Takes, brought to you by Cinnamon Toast Crunch today.
That's right. That's right.
What's going on, J-Man? Nice to have you on here. Today we have writer and creator of Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, David Crownson. God, I forgot what I was going to say now. Dude, I think about Cinnamon Toast Crunch, my mind just went, I'm hungry.
Your mind went to cereal. Your mind went to cereal. Like
I'm trying not to eat unhealthy things like that. I've been losing weight. I've lost 14 pounds since August. I'm trying to keep going during the holidays.
That's amazing, man.
Thank you.
Congrats, bro. I'm going to tell you something to not help you though. So my quarterback Cam Newton just signed back with the Carolina Panthers. I don't know if y'all heard.
We heard.
Cam Newton signed back with the Panthers, but I heard him say one time that he eats Cinnamon Toast Crunch with Lucky Charms mixed together, right? I tried it and it is delicious. It is absolutely delicious. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Sugar with sugar. It's going to be delicious.
Listen, I didn't think it would work.
Wait, Cinnamon Toast Crunch with what again?
Lucky
Charms. It doesn't sound like it'll go, but I promise you, it snaps, bro. I promise you, if you try it.
Anything with Cinnamon Toast Crunch is going to be good, though.
Hey, all I know is it's stuck, man. I love it.
All right. I think we broke David because he's like,
I'm just like,
he's just like, wait, what?
I'm telling you,
I just froze. I was like, wait. I was like, Lucky Charm. I was like, my head just went to, I was like marshmallows, or like the they've upgraded it where it's not all that weedy stuff anymore. The weedy stuff just has a bunch of sugar on it. 'Cause I used to like just pick all the marshmallows out. I was like, I ain't dealing with this shit. Give me that good shit. Oh man. But damn. Anywho, I do have another Kickstarter that I'm dropping this month, y'all. Give it up for me. I'm going to be
Hey, what you
dropping.
talking about?
Yes, Nightmare in Newark. It's going to come out on November 29th.
Oh, this
So
is
back
not a
us
Harriet
on
Tubman book.
Kickstarter. This is
Okay.
not a Harriet Tubman book.
Okay.
Well, issue 6 of Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer is out right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Love the
Nightmare in
cover on
Newark
that,
is
by the
just.
way.
Thank you. Yeah, Andre Leroy Davis killed it. I think I met him and he just said, "Oh, I want to do a cover." And we literally like talked about him doing the cover. I think at like the Schaumburg book festival, and then now he's doing it, or he did the cover. But
If you ever need a
yeah,
cover, Danny is an artist also, so he can
Stop it.
do a cover for you. It'll be like
Stop
a
it.
stick figure Harriet Tubman.
What?
Stop it.
I was like, oh, I know Dan. Like, I know he writes comics. I know you write comics, and you're a father, and you make amazing TikToks with your family.
You don't want me drawing though. You do not want me drawing for you. I promise.
Same. Like people always think that I'm the person who drew this, and I'm like, oh, I wish
No.
I could draw. I
Y'all
am
would
mad that
y'all
I
would
can't
never
draw.
y'all would never get rid of me if I could draw. If I could draw half as good as Kyrun, I'd quit my job. Y'all don't want that.
And I'm not that good, so
Hi,
that tells you.
freaking Kyrie, what the hell, brother? You've been holding out. I didn't know until you mentioned at the top of this interview that you're a penciler, damn it. So let's see them sequentials, brother. I want to see
And
them sequentials.
if you ever want to check out my work, you can go to my Instagram. It's Kyrun49. I do post some stuff there. Because right now I'm working on a lot of books for other people, though. It's for
Mhm.
the NDA stuff. I can't post any recent stuff until they do.
I mean, he could, but
I mean, like you don't have to post it. Like can you DM a brother? Can I get a first look?
All right.
Well, like a brother. Like right now. Well, actually, we'll see. I was looking for a new artist for issue 7, and then the guy who drew issue 6, he's like, "Hey, I'm actually like free." But then I got like into the idea of having a new person draw issue 7 because it's gonna feel different. So we'll see. But I'm always I kind of you guys read the comic, like we change up artists every issue or every other issue, and that was by accident. Like originally, Cortland Ellis was supposed to draw every issue, and then
I remember that.
yeah, he was gonna draw every issue, and then Joey Vasquez, who's like a big Marvel artist, he was doing he did the cover of issue 2, and I think that Cortland, toward the end of his issue, he's like, "Hey, my wife is having like my first child, so I can't be on issue." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I just like messaged Joey, and he was like finishing his cover, and I was like, "Yo, do you want to do issue 2, or can you do issue 2?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." So I like just sent him the script, and he started like drawing it. And then I think the same thing happened. I wanted Joey to come back and do issue 3, and then Marvel came and gave him like Marvel money. They're like, from now on, you will draw Spider-Man for the next 10 years of your life, and they threw a bunch of money at him.
Hey, don't say
And
Marvel
so,
money anymore. From my understanding, Marvel money isn't that much more than what indie money is nowadays. So don't really just say Marvel.
No, Marvel Comics money.
It's not Marvel 90 money. It's Marvel 2021 money. It's not, unless you're a writer, you're not really getting paid anymore.
well, all I will say is, as a person who worked with Joey, I will say that he did take up a little bit of the budget on my kicks, but I'm happy. I'm so happy I did it because like I love the work he did on issue 2. Like issue 2, I think is like one of my favorite. The only like not just how it came out, just the experience of writing it was my favorite because it was like Kickstarter was done, and Joey is a great partner. I am very grateful that to have worked with him because he was so fast and so accommodating, and things that when I was writing it, I'm like, this kind of seems boring and flat. He made it exciting. He will always find a way to make something exciting and cool, and like that's why he's doing Spider-Man, and now he's like doing a bunch of Disney Plus shows for animation. So like, yeah, I'll probably never work with him again because like I was like, hey man, can you do like even a pinup or a cover? He's like, sorry man, I'm doing what? He's like, what if? I was like, what if what, Negro? Like just do it. And like,
no.
what if? It's like, what if what? I pay via Venmo instead of PayPal. Like, what's good? And he's like, no, I'm working on What If for Marvel. And I was like, they're making a What If show. What? And he was like, don't say anything, man. Keep your big black lips shut and don't tell anyone anything, David.
Like, if you say anything, I'm gonna have to kill you. So just shut up.
It's like you say anything, I'll freaking kill you. Keep your big black lips shut. He didn't say that. I'm just being funny. He did not say any of that. He's very nice. he's super nice. Doesn't even curse.
No, I gotta see the transcripts now. I gotta see the DMs now.
Like, keep your big black lips shut. Damn it. No, but yeah, we just usually it wasn't my choice to change up artists, but then people liked it. They were like, oh, like how is this story going to tell itself with this artist now? Mm-hmm. And so far, everyone that I've worked with, they've all been like a joy. Or if there was problems with them, like I think issue 3, Sylvan Repos, who was a great artist, but like issue 3 was challenging because Sylvan doesn't speak a word of English.
Oh wow!
So like, I just saw his stuff on Instagram. Like I find all the artists I've collaborated with, I find them 90% on Instagram, or like just reading some of their work, in like other indie books, and then I'll just DM them. Well, first I'll DM the writer. Well, now I'll DM the writer and creative. Like, yo, is this person like bullshit to work with? Because I've dealt with bullshit people. I had to fire someone over the summer, and it was tough because he was a great artist, and I was a big fan of him.
It happens.
And he was black. He was black.
And that makes it so much harder. It makes it so much harder to fire people because you're like, bruh, we supposed to be helping each other out. We're supposed to be riding for each other.
Exactly. And like, yeah, he was a brother, and him and I are friends, or were friends, because I had to fire him because he was supposed to be drawing issue 6, and he was late with issue 6, and I paid. I won't say his name, but all I will say is he's done DC Comics.
Can you give Danny and I his name afterwards so we know not to work with him?
Oh yes. Oh, I will definitely give you his name. But
I had a similar situation. Well, Morgan had a similar situation, and it was with a black woman artist, and she was so good. She is so good and so talented, but she just couldn't get her schedule together. He paid her, and he was like, "Yo, we got to have it done by this date," and it just, he tried his hardest to, he was like, I want a black woman to write this book or to draw this book, but it just didn't work out. And it was like, bruh, having to fire a black person is like the worst, like it's the worst feeling ever. And luckily, they stayed cool, they stayed in contact, everything is amicable, but it's just a struggle sometimes. So I feel you.
Yes, because it's like I don't know, like I like working with other black people, and that's just how I am. So when we're not delivering, like not only do I want to work with Black people, I love paying Black people and employing Black people, and just not I don't want to say employ, but just like we're just collaborating, because there are certain things specifically that like white artists might have to, and like and I've worked with white artists on this book, but like everyone will at least they kind of have to work a little bit harder, like like there's something that happens to Catherine and Venus, their Black female characters in Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, and there's something just about their hair that's like Joey didn't know, like he's like, wait, what happens to a Black woman's hair when it gets wet, or like or what does happen like when it's like windy, and he was just studying, like and he did a great job. He just to the point where I had to find one of my friends, and I was like, yo, there's a chase sequence in my book, can I like turn this fan on and record you right quick? And she was like, word. I was like, yeah, like I just need like it's a reference for this artist, and they're like, okay, this is weird, and like and we did that, just like turned on the fan, and then
some type of weird running fetish. I don't know.
yeah, she was like, what the hell? Like, all right, she's like, David, I guess I'll do this shit. But it worked just for that authenticity. If I talk to like Cortland, I was like, yo, brother, we gotta draw this and this when it comes to Black people. He's like, oh, all right, done. Right. Like another artist was like, I must figure out the cocoa butter flavored. I must figure out what a do-rag does exactly.
And how far apart are the waves, and what is the force that
I must, like, David, I need 10,000 references for a satin bonnet. Like, David, come on. I need that. But even the Black artists, they're just like, oh, all right, I got it. Yeah. Right. Satin bonnet. Oh. Yeah. That. But I appreciate the study that like artists who are like white, or they're not culturally of that, where they'll be like, I gotta like at least educate myself, because in a way illustrators they become the character too, like they become like the director. So I appreciate that research is taken seriously. Yeah.
Well, I know as readers, we all appreciate it also, just having that authenticity in the story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we have a couple minutes left over of the podcast. We don't, because you're a busy man. But I did have one big question, and we've touched on that you are an actor and you directed your trailer. So with the announcement of the Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer series, if it gets into production, all that, will we see you anyway in front of the camera as maybe a background character, maybe a
no, I am not gonna Stan Lee that shit. No way. I don't know. Like I might have. I did talk to Cortland. I had this funny idea, because I'm like, yo, it has to be you for this cameo. Like I wrote this scene. I don't know if it'll end up in an episode, but there's a bounty gets put on Harriet Tubman's head in the comic series, and we're adapting that into it being a TV show, and a bunch of like white like slave owners are like, we have one of our friends, what a good Negro who was able to do a sketch of what Harriet Tubman looks like. And then I was gonna have Cortland be that cameo, and he would have like literally like the drawing of like from the comic.
I love it.
And I was like, yo, man, would you do this? And he was like, what? I'm like, I'll pay you. He's like, all right, fine.
I'll pay you.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny. Question for David: how does it feel as an indie creator who's been on a forever grind to have your work about me down to another medium. Robert Jeffrey, an amazing, dope writer.
Robert M.
Robert
F. and
Jeffrey,
Jeffrey in the building.
are you going to be at Anime Con next week, Robert Jeffrey? That's my question for you. But yeah, man, it feels like it hasn't fully set in because I've just been like either preparing this Kickstarter and I'm like working on stuff for the comic. And the day of like I knew it was going to happen, and I'm very grateful. But like the day of the announcement, we had a COVID scare with my mom. She like lost her sense of smell. She didn't have COVID. She just had a stuffy nose, everybody. My mom was being dramatic as hell. Was just being a little extra. But like so I thought like I like saw it on the news and I was like, oh snap, like they announced it. This is great. And then my mom was like, hey, I lost my sense of smell. And I was like, whoa, I can't celebrate this because this is real life shit. But I'm very grateful for the announcement. It is a real life thing, but like my mom is like, you know, it's my mom. So I kind of like everyone was going, my phone was going crazy, and I was like taking my mom to get a COVID test, and like just like in a ball of emotion. So she tested negative, and then we all tested negative. But yeah, it was a eye opening real life thing. But it still hasn't set in that it's being made into a TV show. Like I don't think it's gonna set in until like you know, I'm just keeping it real when checks are written, and when we're on set and like, all right, rolling, scene 1, Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. I'm like, oh, even then, I'll probably like, nah, this ain't real, because like, I'm grateful for this, but not grateful for this, because we gotta have fun as human beings and also as Black people, because we're usually too much about our hustle. We forget we gotta like not all the time, because we're great with our joy, but we are like, I think because of trauma, we are all about our hustle and our money.
Sure.
But I've just been overly grounding myself in work and haven't taken the time to fully celebrate it yet. It's just kind of a thing where I'm like, you know, I'm really grateful for this. Like, because it's like, oh, you go from paying, like, I think I paid for my groceries using quarters or something like that a couple weeks ago. And like literally paying, I was like, damn, I left my debit card at home, or I don't have enough cash. And I was like, I think I have a bunch of quarters, and like, you know, paid it in quarters. And then now they're making this fun idea, silly idea into a TV show, and people are like, we have to get this Emmy Award-winning director and writer to look at your book. And I was like, bitch, what'd you say? I was like, what did you just say? It's like we must get this Golden Globe Award-winning person to write your comic book. And I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck's happening? This is great. Yeah, it's a ballroom of emotion.
I only got one more question for you. We you know, it's 11 o'clock, so I know Kyrun likes to get his rest. But only got I got one more question for you, and I just want to know, where do we go to keep updated? Do you have a blog on Kingwood Comics, or
yes, I do. Yes, okay. You can go to the blog. You can go to kingwoodcomics.com and just click on the blog post. You can also follow my Instagram, which is D Crownson, and follow Harriet Tubman _ Demon Slayer on Instagram as well. Kingwood Comics has an Instagram as well, and you can follow everything I just said. Everything I just said has a Facebook page as well. Yeah, and we're just gonna have more developments and more announcements. There's probably gonna be another Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer announcement, probably like early of 2022. And yeah, and everyone, A Nightmare in Newark Kickstarter drops November 29th. Please pledge and donate to it. And I know y'all have made Kickstarters before, so please share it in your updates if you can.
Will do.
Thank you.
All right, man. Well, this has been fun. Anything else you want to tell our audience before we let you go?
Stay healthy, everybody. Oh, thank you, Robert Jeffrey. Thank you so much. Uh, take time to do nothing, everyone. Drink your water and have a day to do nothing. Like do nothing. Like be like, yo, you got to call someone else unless it's an emergency. But yeah, always have a day to unplug and unwind and do nothing and lay in bed and be very lazy. Pick a lazy day and fully commit to that laziness. So that's all I got.
All right, hey, that's good enough. All right, Danny, what about where can we find all your work?
You know me, if you want to find me or Ace Blade, if you just go to any of their social medias, I'm at the Ace Blade. That's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and also my website, www.fourthwallpros.com.
Woo!
And you can find my work at tourscomics.com. Also, I am on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Tours Comics. And if this is your first time checking out the Four Tales podcast, please go back and listen to all our episodes. We have episodes with amazing people like Alonzo Starr, Dan Bethel. God, we've done so many people now. Michael Watson's been on a couple of times. Eric Larson. So go to fourtalespodcast.com, listen to our past episodes, and check us out on Twitter, Instagram. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are getting really close to at least hitting that first major milestone of 100 subscribers there. But thank you again for David for being on the show with us. Our next episode is not going to be until December 4th, and that is going to be our last episode for the season. So after that, I have somebody special lined up for our first episode. I'm still trying to get confirmation that they're going to be on. But this is a huge guy, somebody that has huge ties to Hollywood. So fingers crossed all that works out. I'm not gonna, don't even try that, dude.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
But until then, everybody, please
He's like, oh!
He almost had me. But again, until next time, sayonara, goodbye, and please take care of yourselves.
I want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.